So the workshop, okay, to summarize, so it encapsulates the practical nature of the WhatsApp and Telegram application, in which you can utilize and, you know, monetize or capitalize or even manipulate these two simple, user-friendly applications in the event when your students, okay, may not have the access or perhaps limited access to internet connection. Yeah, so that is basically the gist of our workshop today, and also capitalizing on these user-friendly applications. Okay, we are going to create micro lessons. Micro lessons are bite-sized small lessons, okay, which require, okay, a minimum amount of data usage. Yeah, and also, okay, one of the other things that we typically use is, or typically share, is videos, right? Okay, but the thing about videos eat a lot of our data, or students' data. If they don't have the access to internet connection or Wi-Fi, so most probably if they're using those prepaid data, so they may have to, you know, the usage or the sharing of video may eat up their, you know, data. So what I will also show you in this workshop, besides the design of bite-size or micro lessons, I will also show you how to resize this huge video. Okay, so mine is super short, okay, quite practical, especially if your students are in the situation where they have limited access to the internet. Okay. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, you guys can just type in the chat. Okay, my boss, okay, Encik Khairul, okay, will help us or will alert, okay, some of the questions that I might missed out. And if you don't have a Telegram WhatsApp downloaded already, Telegram application downloaded already onto your mobile, you may want to do that, okay, at the end of the workshop, because I will share all the PowerPoint slides, and also hopefully we can also share your own design micro lesson, okay, in the Telegram channel. Yeah. So you don't even have to share your number. That's the thing about Telegram. Okay, so I will just share my slides. Where is my slide? Okay, hang on. Let me just on my slides. Okay, so do you guys know who this person is?
Yeah.
Can somebody share her story? Anyone?
The girl who have to climb the tree just to get the internet connection to join online classes or tests or something like that.
Yeah. This girl, okay, by the name of Viviana Musibin, okay, she's an UMS University Malaysia Sabah student. She has her own YouTube channel. How her story was discovered basically was when she documented her 24 hours experience being on top of a langsat tree. Langsat is a type of fruit, okay, widely planted, you know, in Malaysia. And what happened to her? She climbed all the way up, you know, onto a langsat tree, armed with mosquito nets and some, you know, packed rice, just for her to sit for 2 exams. Yeah, general, if I'm not saying general studies, Malaysian studies, and also her chemistry. Her story, her story became known to all of us in Malaysia because she basically shared, okay, the 24-hour ordeal, and at the same time, it in a way, okay, open our eyes towards the realities, maybe not known to us, but to some, some people in Malaysia. Okay, so leading to the situation, okay, of Viviana Musibin. I remember I managed to attend, Dr. George Jacobs' session earlier, and he mentioned a little bit about push situation, where everybody, okay, has basically required or push into the situation, this inevitable situation due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And as a result, okay, it has created not just towards the education community, but it has created significant challenges for different various and numerous disciplines, businesses, sectors, and contexts. And specifically for the education community, okay, both practical and logistical concern for teachers and students especially have become one of the issues discussed. Yeah, so similar to Viviana circumstance. Yeah, so how can we as a community, okay, come together and support students with similar issue and problems as Viviana? Because due to COVID-19, okay, schools are closed, and we are being pushed, again, the word push, yeah, pushed into transitioning to online learning. And this is basically to ensure that whatever it is, learning must go on, okay? And as how we discussed about Viviana situation, okay, not all students can access to the content shared via platforms made available, which can be made available to some students, yeah, and some students may not be able to access at all, okay, due to the infrastructure, issue, digital literacy issue, and also affordability issue. Imagine, one family having, 5 to 6 children, having to share one device. Okay, it makes learning rather impossible. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so based on what we discussed, okay, on the current issue and the current problem, okay, posed in the our situation now due to COVID-19. Okay, so I would like to share. Okay, I hope that it would be useful. Share how teachers, okay, can design low data consumption lesson, micro lesson, or bite-sized lesson laden with educational content, okay, sufficient enough to support remote learning using either a WhatsApp or Telegram. Okay, so the reason why I chose either WhatsApp or Telegram is because WhatsApp, maybe not Telegram, yeah, but WhatsApp by default, okay, students, parents, all of us actually download or have the application on our mobile, yeah. And when you actually design the lesson using images rather than sharing of videos or PowerPoint slides, which can eat up, okay, the students' data, okay, you can create these mini lessons, yeah, How to do it, I'll show you later. Yeah, but before that, okay, before I show you the steps, only 6 easy steps, okay, I want to also bring to your attention on 2 key factors when we design micro lessons. Yeah, the first factor is on immediacy, and the second factor is on bandwidth. Yeah, because for us to replicate or emulate, okay, the actual classroom experiences, okay, where you are able to connect and respond to your students, okay, that is what immediacy is. Meaning, when you ask questions and students can immediately, okay, react or respond, okay, in a rack, okay, that's what immediacy is. And for an online environment, okay, immediacy requires a very, what do you call this, some platforms, yeah, to be used, okay, for that lesson, to create this kind of, you know, to enable this factor to exist. But this particular platform, for instance, video conferencing, or what we are having now via MS Teams, okay, they require such a high bandwidth, yeah, high bandwidth. So if you, but your issue, like how some students' issue, like how we discussed, they don't have those allowances, yeah, they don't have. They are constrained with their situation, like Viviana Musipin, right? So I read, okay, some resources. I found, okay, how these 4 quadrants, okay, illustrate, okay, the different types of platforms, okay, with both axes of immediacy and bandwidth, yeah. So I do believe that the blue quadrant, okay, is practical, yeah, practical, because it has low bandwidth. However, it in a way uses or creates, right, okay, high immediacy. Okay, maybe, okay, can you guys do the task like in like 2 minutes? List educational tool or any sort of instructional tag or platform for each quadrant, okay? But at the same time, you need to consider the axis of immediacy and bandwidth, yeah? And you can also consider the pro and cons. Yeah, for instance, pre-recorded video, okay, this yellow quadrant, pre-recorded video, okay, synchronous discussion with audio, okay, and also video, okay, high bandwidth but low immediacy. Yeah, why is it low immediacy? Okay, then give examples. The specific platform that you might have used before. 2 minutes, 10? Wesley said YouTube, Spotify, video arts. Very good. YouTube, any pros and cons, Wesley? Shazwani shared around 2 weeks ago, I been in a discussion with other Teach for Malaysia alumni, about how we can think of a different way to teach those with low bandwidth, no internet and no device. So we thought of something that we could send to the student instead. Okay. What do you use to send? I mean, like, what kind of, is it documents? Very good, Shireen. It's also good to consider the pros and cons. But I do believe most importantly is always consider your student situation in the case where they require some support from you as the teachers. Yeah, it's always good to ask about their situation. I'll share with you some of the good practices when you start to plan the lesson. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so before we go through the 6 simple steps, okay, let's just go through the differences or the similarity between WhatsApp and Telegram. In regards to the user base, WhatsApp has a larger user base because it is more synonymous among many people when it comes to those chat application. But I think Telegram will eventually catch up, especially when there are more features available, more security feature available on Telegram. For instance, Telegram offers various bots, file sharing, platform compatibility, and even privacy, where you guys can create secret chats. And these messages, when you share among the other users, they can be deleted on its own. But I think both WhatsApp and Telegram has end-to-end encrypted chats. But when it comes to the number of participants that you can add onto a specific group created for your class, WhatsApp limits to only 256, as opposed to Telegram, you can add up to 5,000 people. But again, I think when it comes to a class, I don't think you would have 5,000 students, right? But it's good to know, the max number of participants that you can add in each, application. So the max size of a video, this is quite important, for especially if you are sharing videos, large size video. WhatsApp, it's quite limited in the sense that you can only share 90-second or 16 MB size of a video or a file, as opposed to Telegram. You can share up to 15 minutes duration of a video. And this is quite interesting. Telegram has channels. Later, you guys can add, can add yourself, can join, a channel that I've created for this particular workshop. Then after that, you guys can share your own lessons that you created for the workshop. So channels, it's as simple as searching for keywords, and you can join any channel, from those Korean drama channels to Netflix movies, to joining a group which talks about wine, cheese, and etc. So the thing about this channel, you don't even have to share your number. You can just search for any keywords that you have interest in. Then you can just click on the icon join. Then you can immediately be added or admitted into the channel, and you can enjoy whatever files which are shared or links which are shared on that particular channel. So unlike WhatsApp, Telegram requires your number. Yeah, WhatsApp, require a number, your number to be added or to be visible in the group chat or group created for on a WhatsApp, as opposed to Telegram. You can just key in again the public username, okay, of that group or of that person. Let's say, for example, my public username is LISSA. You don't have to know, I don't even have to share my number. You can just type and you can search for my name, my username. Okay. All right. So far, okay, so far we talked about a little bit about the current issue, and I moved on to the solution. Yeah, simple solution, and this solution, okay, consists of a simple, okay, consists of 6 simple steps. Yeah, so let's look at the first step. You guys are okay so far? Any question? You guys can just type in the chat. Yeah, guys, sorry. Let me check. Okay. Okay, so first, okay, obviously you have to create a WhatsApp or a Telegram group. So the thing about a good practice is even for a WhatsApp, although you have to share your number, you can just create a link, okay, to your WhatsApp number or to your WhatsApp, to the WhatsApp group created by sharing your number, by creating a simple link. Yeah, you can just follow this, okay, wa.me/ then your number. Or you can just generate a QR code, okay? And this way, you don't even have to add, okay, your students manually. So they can self-add themselves into the group. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, okay, oh, sorry, typo. Get info about their capacity to participate in an online class. Yeah, before you even start any lesson, yeah, get info. Yeah, even on Telegram or WhatsApp. Okay, ask about their devices. Do they have access to devices? If they are sharing, okay, the devices, okay, also ask them how many are using the devices. Yeah, what about the internet connection? Yeah, so ask. Then finally, a good practice for step 1 is to name, okay, the group and use a profile picture. This is basically an actual group that I created for my semester, last March semester. Yeah. So what happened was when we, when we went into MCO, yeah, due to COVID, I was toying with a lot of plans and ideas. Yeah, I couldn't make up my mind, and I decided why not use WhatsApp. Okay, if at all, something happened, meaning like a contingency plan for our communication. Yeah, purpose. True enough, okay, there was this one time, at that time I was still using Zoom as a platform. Somehow Unify is a provider, yeah, tele provider in Malaysia, okay, somehow had issue with Zoom. I think there was this security issue which was discussed at that point, and I could not access Zoom. Then thank God, yeah, I created the group and I still managed to conduct my lesson. Okay, then second step, okay, is also important to create or spell out, okay, the ground rules. Yeah, respect the purpose and objective of each group. Yeah, please tell your students, okay, do not share any random memes, okay, any random jokes, any random pictures, yeah. Clearly tell them that this is for the purpose of the subject, the lesson, Q&A, where spams and personal chats are not allowed, yeah. And I think everybody knows this. One of the good practice, when you have, let's say, 50 to 60 students in a group, either on a Telegram or WhatsApp, okay, there would be, a lot of, messages or reply or responses to a question. Let's say, for example, you ask question, or maybe you share information about a lesson, or you share, or you actually gave them an instruction for the lesson, yeah, for the lesson that you created. And what happens if your students have questions, okay? So it's always good to use a reply function to make sure that you are replying to these specific questions rather than, generally, post a reply. Yeah, so students in a way would then understand and know that this is basically a reply to their question. Yeah, so in a way you can avoid confusion. Okay, guys, so besides, this, rather generic ground rules, okay, maybe you guys can just list down some of the other ground rules that you may have, spelled out, may have, stated and shared with your, students for your WhatsApp group, or maybe for, for your physical class, for instance, which can be applied for an online class using either Telegram or WhatsApp. Maybe you guys can list down. Any other ground rules that you guys can share in the chat, or maybe you guys can just share now? Maybe I can call one of my colleagues. Wen An?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you share with us maybe one useful rules if, let's say, if you were to use WhatsApp or Telegram, as a contingency communication channel with your students, okay, what would your ground rules be?
Ground rules in terms of when conducting the lesson?
Yes. Nira said timing, not to post queries late at night. Very good. And even if they do, please wait for my reply. That's very good, Nira.
I think for me, I would lay out ground rules in terms of no messaging during weekends, public holidays, or after office hours. So that you have a clear distinction between work and when you should take a break. Because I find when MCO came about and we went online, there was a tendency for me to work more than what we usually do when we go to office and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think for me, it is important to distinguish, to lay down rules for them to know when to contact you, when not to contact you.
Shireen also, thanks, Vinan. Okay, Shireen said that mine was not to use vernacular English only. Okay, that's good. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the third one. Yes. All right. So when you are preparing the lesson, okay, always only use images and audio. Yeah. Do not, if let's say you have PowerPoint slides prepared, okay, try to break down. Let's say if you had prepared 20 PowerPoint slides, try to break down each slide, okay, into try to break down the slides into one slide where you convert into an image, and after each image, okay, share a short narration or a short explanation, yeah, about that particular image. Yeah, don't share, okay, the entire slides and expect them to access, because as a result, it may consume their data, or they may not even be able to access to or even download your file, your PowerPoint slides. Imagine if you were to use a whole lot of images for your slides, so they may not even be able to access. So if you guys can see here, okay, I share, okay, one image, then I give them a short instruction. Yeah, continue with tutorial question afterwards. Yeah, then I also narrate what they have to do using the audio function. Okay, and good practice, okay, it's always good to state the week or the session topic, yeah, topic, and also the learning outcome, okay, for that particular topic, so that they can, when they have time, let's say for example, when they want to re-access the lesson again, okay, they can actually refer to the topic or the subtopic of the lesson, and obviously the learning outcome would then be a guide also for them what they're supposed to obtain by the end of the lesson. Yeah. So any questions so far? No? Okay. And then, okay, number 4 is on short video. Yeah. Video is good, okay. However, okay, when you share a lot of videos, again, it will then eat up the data. Yeah, it defeats the purpose of creating this micro lesson with low bandwidth. Yeah. So what you can do is you can go, you can create a short video, like 2 to 3 minutes video. Yeah. And then for class activity or for engagement purpose, and you can even further compress, okay, make the size of your video smaller using this web application. Yeah, so you can just click on this, okay, and follow this really straight to the point, self-explanatory steps. Yeah, I can even show you if you want, if we have time. You can just drag and drop the video here, and there will be a box which says I want to optimize for, and there are options available. So I want you to choose mobile, small, easy to share, because we are assuming that your student would only have access, okay, generally, many of them would definitely have access to mobile, not many would have access or own a laptop. So choose mobile, small, easy to share. Then you can click customize setting. This is basically the setting that I want you to choose. You can either choose 480 or 360. The quality is okay. 480 is obviously slightly better than 360. Again, the good practice that we shared earlier, we discussed earlier, is about asking your students about their internet connection, about the access to data and etc. Ask them. Yeah, then choose either 480 or 360. Both are okay. Yeah, the format is by default MP4, and the quality choose low. Yeah, then click edit video and start. Wait for the video to be compressed. Okay, it would then take around maybe 3 to 5 minutes depending on the size of your original video. Okay, then click save. Then immediately after that, you can share the rendered video either on WhatsApp or Telegram group for your class. Yeah, I found this really, really useful. Okay, any question? Okay, let's move on to 5. Okay, so once you have narrated or given them, okay, like a screenshot of an image followed by an audio explaining what the image is, then maybe a short assessment or activity based on the image, yeah, then maybe a video, then you can create a short assessment. Yeah, obviously, the whole point of a lesson is to ensure that the students will then achieve the learning outcome, right? So how we can ensure that is obviously through a short through conducting an assessment. So give a short assessment based on the video. Yeah. Again, okay, show again always image. Always share an image rather than a file, huge file. Okay, for example, you can just share an image like this. Then you can say, for example, an exercise, a short assessment on write a reference list, okay, for an essay that uses the journal article shown. So they can share, okay, that particular reference, okay, list using, let's say, APA, okay, for this particular article, journal article. Yeah, so you can immediately give your feedback based on the short assessment. Okay, then finally, step number 6, okay, you can assign additional reading, i.e. in PDF format before ending the lesson. Yeah, like for example, I would share just like 1 or 2 page PDF, okay, so that they can, whenever that they have time or whenever that they have better access to whenever they have access to a Wi-Fi, okay, when they have better data, okay, they can access to the reading materials. Okay, then that's it. Those are basically the simple 6 steps that you can, follow, okay, to create a bite-sized lesson, yeah, using either WhatsApp or Telegram. Okay, then this is what I want you to do. Okay, choose one topic from your course or your subject. Follow the 6 easy steps to design, okay, your lesson. Then you can share your micro lesson, the one that you have already designed, and send to this Telegram channel. Yeah, I've already shared today's PowerPoint slides in the channel. Yeah, you can just type or search for this and click join. Okay, so maybe you guys can share. What time is the next session, Cairo?
The next session is at 10:35. You can already move already. So you have another 5 minutes to talk, Dr. Malissa.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yes.
Okay, okay, hang on. Let me just stop presenting. Okay, guys, so any question? Let me just read the chat. Any question, guys?
Sorry, Dr. Malissa, I don't have Telegram, so should I download and then only I'll be able to see the slides, or is another place you'll be sharing your slides?
It'd be good to download Telegram. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Just to share another offline option to compress video is VLC player. Yep. There are so many, actually. There are so many web-based applications that you can use to compress video, but I do find Clipchamp utility is straightforward. It is really straightforward. Drag and drop. Then after that, choose the setting, customize according to the size that you want, and click, edit. Then immediately it can be rendered according to the size that you want. So rather than sharing huge files, you can see that the file using ClickChamp utility, okay, it can be compressed as small as from 80%, okay, smaller than the original one. Can I email and ask you again the 6 steps? You can access, Jennifer, you can access the slides from the Telegram channel. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope my session is practical, and I think it should be practical enough for school teachers. And I think for my ESAP colleagues, okay, it's always good to have either a WhatsApp or Telegram as a contingency plan, just in case if, let's say, you have international students who may not have the internet access. So it's good to have these 2 applications downloaded in your phone, or onto the, or you can use the web Telegram or web WhatsApp. Yeah. And thank you very much for your time. And if you have any question, hang on, if you have any question, you can email me. Yeah. This is my email, and you can read some of my work on either ResearchGate or Google Scholar. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have published quite a bit of papers on technology. Yeah, so you guys can read, and we can keep in touch, by email. And thank you very much. Okay, guys, thank you very much. And I think you guys can go and join the plenary webinar by Prof. Stephen Hall. You can click on the shared link. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, it's practical. Thanks, guys.
Hello everyone, you guys can move to the 4th link already straight away. You guys can go to the chat box, the link already been sent inside the chat box as well. So go ahead, the live session is going on after this. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dr. Malissa. Thank you, Dr. Malissa. You also can join back to that link if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you everyone. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. It's a good session, Dr. Malissa.